Our tastes in film may seem destructive, but this is a productive dialogue. Damn it, your mother ate my dog.
Hello,
Hello.
everybody.
Oh,
Welcome to another episode of Your Mother Ate My Dog, the podcast. Episode 54, where we bring you the movie and the information about the movie. And you've either seen the movie or you haven't seen the movie. But after listening to the podcast, you'll either want to see the movie or you won't want to see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the podcast. I'm Josh. You're Jesse.
Hi.
Tell me, Jesse, what's been going on?
Well, just a whole lot of paddling, a whole lot of working. I've been watching a lot of movies as well. Have you seen any movies that weren't the podcast movie since we last did the podcast?
Since we last have done the podcast, there was a trip by a woman who birthed my girlfriend.
A Trip by a Woman.
And, people normally watch a lot of movies, when family's over.
Mm-hmm.
You have family staying in your house. What are you going to do? You're going to watch movies.
Right.
And that definitely did happen.
Okay.
However, none of them were very good. Like there wasn't a let's watch a movie because we're all interested in watching a movie. It's let's just put a movie on in the background and we'll watch it, but not really watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So the one movie, well, I've seen two movies since Snowpiercer. Well, I've seen more than two movies, but I'll say four movies since Snowpiercer.
Okay.
And two movies were not good.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, so it was a Diane Keaton, Mandy Moore film. Diane Keaton, Mandy Moore movie from 2007 called Because I Said So,
Mm-hmm.
which has 4% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, good Jesus.
It's about a movie where a mother sets up her daughter with a boy.
Right.
But then accidentally there's another boy who comes in, and then she's like dating two guys at once. Uh-oh. But the mom has one guy and she's like, you have to date this one. Didn't really pay attention to it very much.
Sounds riveting.
Then there was another one which I can't even remember what it was. It might not even have existed, to be honest with you.
Could have been a fever dream.
But thank you for asking this question. The first movie I saw, outside of the podcast, was a movie called Braid. It's not what it sounds like. It's difficult to find. I guess I got to put Braid movie because it's
not, wasn't
like an indie
movie.
It
wasn't a movie just about hair styles.
No. Well, hair was in it for sure.
Right, people had hair.
Yeah, it's a 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. A 2018 psychological horror thriller film.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting.
Those indie films tend to be
different.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find the tagline because it would kind of explain it better than I could.
All right, hit me with it. All these mouse clicks, I'm sure it's coming up soon.
Two wanted women decide to rob their wealthy, psychotic friend who lives in a fantasy world they created as children. To take the money, they have to take part in a deadly, perverse game of make-believe. I give that one a 4.8 out of 10.
Oh, okay. So you're not agreeing with the critics.
Yeah, and there is there is the cat litter box clip of the week.
Yeah, cat litter box clip of the week. It's an early one, only 5 minutes in. Oh, he's only intensifying his efforts, speeding up.
The second movie I watched that was worth talking about is a movie from the year 2000 called Best in Show,
All right.
which I mean, maybe you've seen.
No, I ain't even heard of it.
You've never heard of Best in Show starring Eugene Levy and Christopher Guest and Fred Willard and Catherine O'Hara and Parker Posey and Jennifer Coolidge?
Nope.
It's a behind the scenes look into the highly competitive and cutthroat world of dog shows through the eyes of a group of ruthless dog owners. It's a mockumentary about the Westminster Dog Show, but it's not called the Westminster Dog Show. It's called the Mayflower Kennel Club Dog Show.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny. It was funny. It was like a 7.6 out of 10, I think,
Okay,
from me.
that's pretty good.
But it's my kind of humor.
Dog show humor.
Who doesn't love a good Eugene Levy?
Yeah, good dog show humor film.
I was going to ask you a question.
Okay.
What movies have you seen since we last talked about Snowpiercer?
Well, I have seen 5 movies that weren't the podcast movie since then, all of which were good. None of them put on in the background just to fill the empty void. I actually actively watched them. The first one was Paddington 2. And that was quite good. And the ending, you know how when we watched The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent,
Yeah.
how when they watch that film, they cry at the end. That makes sense. It's not like a sad cry; it's like a happy cry, which I almost did. It was very moving. It was very moving. So I don't know what I'd give that movie out of 10. Probably like an 8.5 or
But
yeah.
have you seen Paddington?
Yeah. We talked about that last episode. I watched Paddington, and then this time I watched Paddington
3
2.
weeks ago.
That's okay. You don't remember. That's fine. And then after that, I watched Heat, Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, and the guy from Tombstone. What's that guy's name? He also
Val
played
Kilmer?
Batman. Yeah, Val Kilmer. Yeah, he's in that. Yep, that was a very good one. It's a very long movie, but I watched it in 2 halves while on a ferry ride. First half on the way to Vancouver, the second half on the way back. Always been meaning to watch that one. It was very long, but very good. I'd recommend that one. Third movie I watched was Bullet Train, a movie with Brad Pitt. You seen that one?
I've seen it in passing. Of like, oh, that's a movie. I haven't pressed play, but I know it exists.
Yeah. That one was actually pretty good. I'd give that one like a 7 out of 10. Genuinely funny and interesting action sequences. But funny most of all, I thought. Then I watched Carlito's Way, another Al Pacino movie. Have you seen that?
No.
That was very, very good. I think he was nominated or maybe even won an Oscar for that, which makes a lot of sense. It was a very good performance. I highly recommend that one. And lastly, I watched what was the last movie I watched? Cape Fear. Robert De Niro movie. Have you seen that one?
No.
Also very good. Very creepy though. I wouldn't I don't know.
It's called Cape Fear.
It is. That one is an unsettling one, but it is good, undeniably. And yeah, those are the 5 films I saw that weren't The Craft, which I watched just a few hours ago.
Al Pacino did not win anything for that movie, Carlito's Way.
Oh. Okay. Well, maybe he got nominated or something. I don't know. But anyway, very good performance. One of my favorite of his, I would say.
The first question is Carlito's Way based on or is it a sequel to Scarface?
No.
Not my questions. Well, that's exciting. You watch all good movies. I can't remember what I was. Oh, actually, you know what? I believe today I was watching a YouTuber that we both enjoy. He was talking about a movie from Ben Affleck called The Town. Have you seen The Town? It's from Ben Affleck.
I have not seen The Town.
He um, he was playing a game where you have to. You're given two different movies,
Hmm.
and you have to connect the actors in the movie.
Right, right.
So for example, um, this one was it was like it was a Robin Williams movie. He had to connect to Goodwill Hunting, and so Ben Affleck came up and he was talking about the movie The Town, and he said it was it reminded him of the movie The Heat.
Okay.
So today, that movie in my mind, will I watch it? Probably not.
It's very long, but it was probably one of the better ones of all the ones I did see. But that's okay. I don't blame you.
Amazing.
Been on a
Amazing.
movie watching fix lately, I suppose.
Well, I did also watch a movie today called The Craft. What made you pick this one? A little witchy high school drama film.
I think I was like, at one point I looked up like 90s cult films or something like that. And this one was on the list. And I thought it looked interesting. And I also picked it because I knew that Mackenzie would want to watch it.
Okay, The Craft. This film, before we get into it,
Mhm.
is the 11th highest grossing witch film of all time,
Okay.
or at least since the year 1980.
Okay.
I'm going to name the other 10,
Hmm.
and you can tell me if you've seen this movie. I know number one on the list, you might have an idea, but you definitely seen it, and we've definitely talked about it on the podcast.
Okay.
But number 10 is a movie called Season of the Witch.
I haven't seen that.
This one stars our boy Nicolas Cage.
Right. Haven't seen it.
That's all I know. 14th century knights transport a suspected witch to a monastery where monks deduce that her powers could be the source of the Black Plague. 2011.
Hmm.
Next is just a movie called The Witch. 2016 movie. A lot of movies just called The Witch.
Does that have the lady from the Mario Brothers movie? Who's in that?
The Witch
I don't know
2015.
her. I don't know her name. Anna Taylor Joy or whatever the hell it is.
Yes, it does.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that one.
Great. Next is Blair Witch 2.
Haven't seen the second one.
After that is The Last Witch Hunter.
Haven't seen that one either.
What about Hocus Pocus?
I know of it, but have not seen Hocus Pocus.
So you haven't seen Hocus Pocus 2?
I have not, no.
When I mentioned that we're watching The Craft, I was told, why couldn't we watch Practical Magic? Have you seen Practical Magic?
No.
Sandra Bullock, Nicole Kidman. Apparently it's good. That's next on the list.
Okay.
After that is Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters.
I have seen Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. I've seen that.
What about the 2005 movie Bewitched, starring Will Ferrell and Nicole Kidman?
I've seen parts of that, but I have not seen the whole thing.
And number 2 on the list is The Witches of Eastwick.
Know of it, have not seen it.
Number 1 on the list, which has grossed more than twice the amount of The Witches of Eastwick, is The Blair Witch Project.
That is a good movie. That is a movie, if you have never seen, and you would want it like a creepy movie, and you're not like tainted by everyone making fun of it when it came out, like in the early 2000s or whatever, is a very good one to watch. It legitimately freaked me out.
Movie came out in 1999.
Okay, 1999.
1 hour, 21 minutes.
Nice and short too.
Okay, well, The Craft.
Yes, that is a film we watched, unfortunately.
Okay, so I believe it's happening again.
It's happening again.
Yeah. So it started out that we both had similar ideas and feelings about a movie we watched. Like even this year, we started out scoring around the same.
Mm-hmm.
But there are movies where I seem to like it and you do not,
Right.
or you seem to like it and I do not.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like we're heading in that direction. But
Right.
do you know why we're heading in that direction? Because I watched this movie without any expectations.
I
I
thought you.
pulled a Jesse.
Well, I feel like when I had mentioned this movie, you said you had already seen it before.
Yeah, I had already seen it before, but I didn't remember really anything that happened in it.
Oh, okay.
And I seem to remember like not really liking it a lot too much because it was a little, campy and I couldn't take it seriously. But
Mm-hmm.
when I watched it today, I was like, you know what? No expectation. We're just gonna watch it and whatever happens, happens. And I was pleasantly surprised.
Well then, that surprises me.
So you didn't like it?
No, it was a bit boring for most of it until the end. The ending, I mean, for sure was the best part. I would say the last 20 minutes or so was the best part, in my opinion. The rest of it was just kind of like a teenage drama, I guess, that was very poorly acted and poorly written.
Okay. My acting score is not low today.
Your acting score is not low. Are you a crazy person?
Um, no, I'm not a crazy person. The
Seem a little
I
crazy to
think
me.
I think this movie reminded me a little bit the way it was filmed, Mulholland Drive ish, just like how the lighting was. I don't know if you got
The lighting
in,
did not remind me of Mulholland Drive, no.
like Naomi Watts and Robin Tunney, who
Mm-hmm.
played Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
They they seem very similar, like similarly naive characters at the beginning.
Okay. I could see that.
Okay.
But like I know what you're trying to say, like how some movies look like it's a made for TV movie. And it's just like there's something weird about the lighting or whatever it is that makes it that way. But in
Yeah.
this one, I don't really didn't really get that from this, no.
I don't know.
But that's just
Okay.
me.
So you didn't like the acting.
No, 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 no.
You liked the ending.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, those are the only two things we talk about.
Well, usually. Well, I will say I liked the ending in comparison to the rest of the film. I would say as a standalone ending to a movie of this type, it was not particularly good. But it was nice to get something that was watchable by the end. It was one of those movies I found, like to its credit, I suppose, is that it's a to me, it was a bad movie, but a bad movie that you could laugh at. It like gave that, it let you do that. Whereas some films, I'll go back to the Dude, Where's My Car example. It was just so bad, I couldn't laugh at it at all. I was just pissed off the whole time. But this one was like, they were just saying stupid things. It was very easy to make fun of. So that's like what, if I were to pick one major thing I liked about the movie, was that it was easy to make fun of and still
Um,
enjoy the experience in that way.
okay. How do you like the special effects?
The special effects. They were all right, I suppose. I mean, they did a lot of practical effects. I think especially when like near the end, a lot of practical effects then, which is part of why I liked it. I think.
This film is often labeled a cult classic. Could you understand why, or is this
I can
a
see
movie
why
that
it's a. I can see why it's a cult classic. I think one characteristic of a cult classic is what I said is like you can make fun of it and like it's in a so bad it's good way, like The Room.
yeah, I feel like that's not this movie though. I don't think this movie you is a movie that people make fun of.
Which is weird to me.
It was nominated for a Saturn Award for Best Horror Film.
Yeah, Saturn Awards, you don't want those. I thought.
No, that's the Razzie.
Oh, okay.
Saturn is like a legit thing.
Okay. I did get those mixed up. My apologies.
Okay, so who like specifically the whole like did anybody stand out for acting?
I didn't really find anyone gave a good performance.
What about Breckin Meyer?
Breckin Meyer is funny that you mentioned that. Mackenzie and I, as we were watching, we agreed that he was one of the more entertaining parts, even though he didn't really say all that much.
He wasn't in it very often.
No, but he was like, I don't know, there's something about him when you see him. It's kind of like, oh, it's him. And then it's like, it's a good thing that he's on the screen.
Same can be said for Christine Taylor, who played the racist bully,
The racist bully. Yep, that's right.
the girl from Dodgeball.
Yep,
And plus
Dodgeball and
other
Zoolander.
stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, she was entertaining.
Okay.
No?
No, I didn't think so.
What about Skeet Ulrich? He has a fun name.
That is a fun name. I can't deny that Skeet Ulrich is a very satisfying name. He just, I mean, he seemed to be giving a similar. I'll put it this way: I've seen him in one other thing, I think, and that was Scream. And all I could just picture was him as the Scream guy. And he wasn't like as creepy in this movie, but he definitely was, creepy, especially when he was got under the spell or whatever, became a little deranged, if you will.
A little rapey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Skeet Ulrich and Nev Campbell, they were in Scream together. It came out the same year as this film. It's a big year.
I think part of the problem of this film was that the main character, I guess it's debatable as who the main character is, but to me, it's Robin Tunney,
Yeah.
the woman who plays Sarah. Her performance, I thought, was very bad. She was like very breathy and like dramatic, but it did not work. Her delivery of her lines was very strange.
Would it change your mind to know that she was wearing a wig the whole time?
Well, no, because I could tell she was wearing a wig the whole time. Her hair was the exact same the entire time, and it was too big. You could like see the bigness. It was clearly a wig.
It was the 90s.
Yeah, I don't know. Her performance was very strange, and
So
sorry.
in these kind of movies,
Mm-hmm.
like the boyfriend or whatever, they're
Yeah.
normally like it's not good, not a good performance. But I didn't think Skeet's performance was all that bad.
That's fair. Skeet's his name is Skeet. That is such a strange name. Yeah, Skeet's performance, I suppose, was not that bad. Didn't make me roll my eyes, and I never. Actually, I guess I did make fun of his performance a couple of times. There was like a scene like in the classroom where he's like looking back at Sarah and he like turns around and makes like the weirdest face ever. I don't know. It was funny. I mean, I laughed a good amount in this movie,
This
but
wasn't a comedy.
yeah, I know it wasn't meant to be a comedy, but I would say that's where I got most of my entertainment from was the funny, weird moments.
So you won't be watching the sequel.
I think I'll leave the sequel. Yeah. But I don't know, like, would you call Scream a cult movie? A cult classic? It is, right?
Yeah.
I think Scream has the same characteristics. There are moments where it's funny, but I don't think that's what they were intending to do.
Right. Maybe not for the first one, but then I think for Scream at least they kind of they added that to their sequels. They kind of
Right, they
didn't take
hammed it
themselves
up.
too seriously.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think that's, for me, that's why 100% I agree as to why people find this a cult classic. And for me, that definition comes from being able to laugh at it. A so bad it's good sort of situation.
I think it's a cult classic because young adulty women really love witchcraft
I guess
and they
so.
can relate. They want they want to play spells on their bullies and walk on water. The
That's why
walk
you
on water
think.
thing was a bit much. Okay, I'll give you that.
I thought the woman who played Nancy. I don't dare try to say her name. Um, her performance was very over the top, and I found it difficult to watch.
Feruza Balk.
Feruza, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen her in things.
She, I believe, was the love interest in The Water Boy.
Right, right. That is what I mainly remember her from, and American History X. As I'm looking at her filmography, I do remember her quite prominently in that film.
She looks like another actor. She looks like kind of the villain stepmom in It Takes Two.
The villain's stepmom in
No,
It Takes Two.
the villain stepmom.
Oh, the villain
Oh,
stepmom.
never mind. I'm thinking of a different. I think I'm thinking of a different movie.
Okay. Well, I'm sure she looks like that person you're thinking of.
What movie am I thinking of? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, her performance I found over the top, and not in a particularly entertaining way, other than laughing at how over the top it was. I don't know. Maybe I didn't find myself in the right headspace for this one, but I felt like I went into it with no expectations.
Maybe it's because you had somebody there with you, so you kind of had to pretend to be all tough and cool and make fun of the movie, even though you wanted to love it.
I don't think that was the issue now.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's
Well.
fine. We don't have to love every movie we do, but you're going to be blown away by my scores.
I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Don't doubt that.
Okay. Well, let me just take a look at some fun facts. Maybe it'll excite you. All the actresses were in their 20s at the time of filming. The character who played Rochelle was almost 30 years old.
Well, then, we're supposed to believe that she was in high school.
Angelina Jolie almost played the role of Sarah.
Oh, that probably would have been better.
It's 96. Hard to
96
say.
era uh, Angelina Jolie. She won like an Oscar around that time. Did you know that?
Mm, no.
Yeah. Well, now you do.
This is actually the second time that Fairuza Balk portrays a witch. She was a witch in the movie The Worst Witch. So
Well, now it's making sense now.
I guess you could say in this film she was the bad witch.
Right.
All right. Well, do you want to score it up?
First, I want to tell you that Angelina Jolie won an Oscar in 1999 for Girl Interrupted, which is pretty close
Right.
to 1996.
Yeah, it's a few years away.
So I was somewhat right. Yeah, we can get on to the scores. I'm happy to do that.
All right. Well, you go ahead and give me your score for acting.
Okay. It's definitely, I liked the acting in that it was fun to make fun of, but not so much for it being, it's just like it was pretty damn distracting. And so I guess I was focusing more on how bad it was and less on like how it's contributing to the story and the plot and the film as a whole. It stuck out. And like I said, I didn't really find there to be any good performances. It's just very awkward and like very noticeable. I feel like good acting you maybe perhaps don't really want to notice. Well, I mean, superb acting you probably notice like, wow, this is really well acted. But just good acting, it serves the plot and it makes for an entertaining film without maybe drawing attention to itself. And this went the opposite way, just so bad that you notice it, and that's all you notice. Acting, I'd have to give a 3. Just not very good.
Okay. Robin Tunney played Sarah. I didn't really find her casting. She's like it didn't really work for the role. Like she didn't really fit that character's role.
Mm-hmm.
So we were supposed to believe that she was kind of like a gothy witch kid. Hello. Because like she gravitated to the other three who were mostly gothy witch kids.
Right.
And like so we're supposed to believe that it wasn't out of the ordinary for them to hang out. We need a fourth. Oh, this one's perfect. Oh yeah, she's perfect. But that was kind of the only issue that I had with it. With the acting. She did have to wear a wig for the whole film, as I said, because she shaved her head for another film that I had never heard of before. So I don't know if that film, Hello Again, if that film did well.
Yeah.
But I thought the four main girls did a great job. And I thought the side characters, including Skeet, did a perfectly great job. So I gave acting a 7 out of 10.
A 7 out of 10, huh? Do you think Skeet Ulrich's parents were like carnies and they just like really like playing skeet ball or something?
I don't believe he was born Skeet Ulrich.
Oh, that's it. He changed it. I mean, so maybe he really liked skeet ball then. So he changed it to that. I like skeet ball, but like not enough to change my name to it. Like I'm not going to change my name to like Outrigger Malcolm or something. I'd stick with Jesse.
He was born Brian Trout.
Brian Trout. Yeah, that's a pretty bad name.
His first stepfather, his last name was Ulrich. He was a NASCAR driver.
Okay.
And Skeet considered him as his father, so he changed his last name to Ulrich, but his first name originated from the word Skeeter, a nickname he was given by his little league coach because of his small stature and because he was as fast as a mosquito.
Oh, Skeeter, like a mosquito. Skeet.
Sure, yeah.
That's stupid. My skeet ball origin story is better. But anyway, I guess that's of little consequence.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll do ending first.
Okay. Hit me with it.
The ending of this film was very dark, quite literally.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to see
Mm-hmm.
what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But the girls, who were once best witch friends, turn on each other. And then the three bullies try to kill Sarah by like doing stuff to her, which was also dark.
Mm-hmm.
High school. I wasn't a female in high school, so I don't really didn't really understand like that aspect of it, the murdering and trying to murder and the witches and stuff. I thought the special effects were pretty good for 1996,
Mm-hmm.
but I think they did use real insects.
They certainly looked real.
And then things happen, and Nancy ends up in a mental institution, which suits her.
Yep.
The ending fight actually between Nancy and Sarah won an MTV Movie Award for Best Fight in 1996.
An award I never
And
knew they gave.
I didn't think it was that good, but I thought it gave the story an appropriate ending,
Mm-hmm.
and it was as exciting as it could be. 6.5 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds accurate based off what I'm about to say. I thought the ending was the best part for sure, and as you say, it was. I guess you could say at that point the film got darker, which I think is probably would have done the film some favors had it done that the whole time. Some gore, perhaps some horror elements. I wouldn't really call this. I don't know what it's. I'm not looking at it right now, but I assume this is called like a drama, a horror drama, which I wouldn't really call it a horror movie. But it had it been more like the ending throughout it, I think that might have increased my score, my overall score. So I guess maybe the ending made me feel as though, yeah, it rather than, well, I mean, it was good as a standalone, but it also made me think, oh, I wish the rest of the movie was like this, But yeah, the fight scene, yeah, it was entertaining. The practical effects were good, yeah, and I guess, yeah, you say it won an award. I don't know about that, but yes, it was entertaining overall. I gave the ending a 6 out of 10.
It's a teen supernatural horror film.
Teen supernatural horror film. Supernatural drama, that sounds accurate, but I don't know about horror.
Sounds like you thought it was horror or a bull.
Horrible. Ha ha ha. Yeah.
Okay, you give me your ending then, and then we'll finish on a high note with my score.
Give you my ending, or do you mean give you my final score?
Give me your final score.
Okay. This movie were not if it did not have the ability for me to laugh at it, like the so bad it's good element, would even got it an even lower score than I gave it. But it unknowingly saved itself in that way, I suppose. I did find myself laughing quite a bit, although it wasn't its intention, and the ending was pretty solid. The acting very distracting, but also, like I said, I could laugh at it, so that was, I guess, good in some way. I gave this one a 4 out of 10.
I mean, it's not as bad as I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was not completely unwatchable. And moments, there were some entertaining moments. I've seen worse.
Okay, well, I liked the movie.
Mm-hmm. You did.
I liked how the premise of each of the four main girls casting a selfish spell and having that backfire on them. So that was a cool little movie thing.
Cool little movie thing. Mm-hmm.
But there was only one girl who got to walk on water.
Right, only one Jesus girl.
A lot of reviews thought that maybe it used too many special effects, but I don't know if that took away from the film. The more, the better.
Yeah.
And it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
So for that, I gave the movie a final score of 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Okay. That's not as high as I thought you were going to go. 6, I can respect that score. I think that's too high, but I mean, we're two different humans.
We are two different humans.
We are.
I mean, okay, honestly, I could have given it a 6.5, but 6 is good.
My negativity brought you down from a 6.5 to a 6.
No.
Okay. You were not influenced by my judgments.
No. And that is The Craft.
Whew. I fixed some good ones lately, haven't I?
Does this affect your future movie pickings?
I already know what my next movie is going to be. I don't think it's supposed to be bad. So there's that.
You don't think it's supposed to be bad?
No, I've heard good things rather than bad. Well, this one, I mean, I hadn't heard anything.
The Craft, more like The Crap.
Good one, yet again. Hitting those zingers.
Okay, well, the next movie that we're gonna watch
Yeah.
is also called The Something.
Okay.
So we've seen a few different movies that starts with the. So we've seen The Batman.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen The Peanut Butter Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen The Butterfly Effect. Oh, that reminds me of the movie I couldn't remember that we watched this past week or whatever. It was an Ashton Kutcher movie. Him and Reese Witherspoon. They switch houses for some reason. It wasn't very good at all.
That doesn't sound like it would be
But
good.
it was like a romantic comedy that Netflix did in the year 2023. That, anyways, we did The One, The Haunting, The Muppet Movie,
This is a lot of those.
The Wicker Man, The Chronicles of Riddick, The Craft, and finally, episode 55, The House.
The
You know,
House.
House was one of my favorite TV shows growing up. Hugh Laurie.
Oh, yes.
This is a movie not about that at all.
Okay. Is this like the Japanese film? Or is this oh, okay. This is like the newer one that came out in 2022.
It's a British animation stop motion animated anthology animated film. I don't know why it says animated so many times.
Yeah, that was a lot of animation. Yeah.
Also a Netflix film, but I have no idea what it's about, or I just know it's the scores are high. Helena Bonham Carter's in it.
Well, it's about time we saw a animated, puppeteered, animated, adult cartoon animated movie.
It comes from Netflix Animation. It's a succinct 97 minutes,
Okay.
which is about the craft's length as well.
Which was a good length, I thought.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Cool. Looks interesting.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay. Well, that was exhausting.
That was exhausting.
The Craft.
Yeah. The Craft, more like the crap.
Yeah. True.
So true.
True. You ever go on Sporkle?
Do I ever go on Sporkle? No. I have been playing the cinema, the box office game, thanks in part to Northern Lion.
Oh, that's the one where like it gives you like 5 movies and you have to guess like 5 movies from a specific date.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I don't think I'd be very good at that because I guess I mean clue based I could do it, but like later on, like if it was anything from like 2015 earlier than that, I don't think I'd be very good at that.
Hmm. I would say like I can't say that I'm great at it. I think I've only ever done it 3 times. I think I got a 2 once, a 3, and then like another 3 or something. And then like I feel like every time I play that game, I get a movie I've never heard of in my entire life.
Right.
That's like almost guaranteed. And then there's always the big ones that everyone knows.
Did you do it today?
I can't remember. I think so.
The first one was a Warner Brothers movie that grossed $160 million in the first weekend.
Which is a lot.
The first actor is Christian Bale. Oh, sorry, it's July 20th, 2012.
Okay, so that's clearly Batman Begins.
You think Batman Begins with 2012, not Dark Knight?
I don't think The Dark Knight was 2012, was it? Maybe it was.
Okay, I'm gonna do Dark Knight first.
Okay, by the way, I have not done this one. So, because I don't remember. I don't remember that.
It wasn't The Dark Knight. I feel like Batman Begins was too early for that. It was not Batman Begins. What was the third one called? Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
Look at that.
Okay.
Second one is the second weekend for a 20th Century Fox film that grossed $20 million that weekend.
It has Ray Romano in it.
Oh yes.
Probably,
okay, good. We're doing this together.
It's probably Ice Age.
Okay, I'll do genre. It's animation. Yeah, Ice Age for sure. Actor 2 is John Leguizamo. Yeah, Ice Age. But is it Ice Age 1?
No, that would probably be Ice Age 2.
Ice Age 2. Yeah, because I feel like Ice Age 1 came out when I was like in high school.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's no Ice Age 2. It's just like Ice Age the Meltdown?
That sounds right.
It's not.
Oh boy.
Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs? There's so many Ice Age movies. Not that one. Ice Age Continental Drift? It's not. Oh, it is that one. Ice Age Continental Drift. Wonderful.
Okay, of course.
The third one is a Sony Pictures film that has grossed $228 million by the third weekend.
Jesus Christ.
Starring Andrew Garfield.
Oh.
So wait, so you're saying that the third Batman movie and a Spider-Man movie was playing at the same time?
That's crazy. Yeah, that's got to be The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah. I don't know what else that could possibly be.
It could be The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but it wasn't The Amazing Spider-Man 1. This is a big weekend. So it is July 20th. So obviously a lot of big movies for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Universal film, $180 million.
My tactic is I always go with the first actor. That's always what I pick first. Mark Wahlberg. Oh man, what's that movie?
Mark Wahlberg.
What's that movie he did with
Will Ferrell?
Yeah, what's that?
It's not The Good Guys. Is it The Good Guys?
Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, and they're like buddy cops. What's that movie called?
It's not The Odd Couple. It's like the something guys. The other guys.
The other guys. Yeah. That would be my guess.
It was not. Second actor, Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis and Mark Wahlberg.
It's a comedy fantasy. Seth MacFarlane is the third actor.
Is it? Hmm. See, this is probably a movie I've never heard of. Mark Wahlberg,
Oh,
Mila Kunis, and
yeah.
Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah. Seth MacFarlane is the voice of Ted.
Uh,
The movie is Ted.
did you look that up, or did you just come to it? Just came to you.
I looked at the tagline,
Oh, you took the tagline. Okay.
and it was dot 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 is coming. 3-letter word.
Hmm.
Ted.
Gotcha.
Ted is coming. And
Okay.
the fifth and final one,
Disney
a
movie.
Walt Disney movie.
Now, with Disney movies, I don't usually pick the first actor because most of the time it's an animated movie and it almost never helps.
It is an animated adventure comedy family action fantasy.
Right. I'm gonna think the tagline is probably going to be my best bet. Okay.
I did do actor Kelly MacDonald. Never
See?
heard of.
See. Never do the actor. The tagline is "Change Your Fate."
Emma Thompson's in it,
Emma Thompson.
but it's animated, so
Animated Emma Thompson movie. Oh, okay. I've just been informed. Although I should have gotten it, but okay, it's definitely Brave. Because there's a line she goes, if you had the chance to change your fate, would you take it? It's definitely Brave.
it's definitely Brave. Yeah, what a wild weekend.
That is a big box office weekend.
What were you doing July 20th, 2012?
Yeah, I did. What was I doing July 20th, 2012? I don't know. Probably at a Dragon Boat festival or something. Actually, no, I wasn't doing Dragon Boat then. Maybe you and I were doing Dragon Boat for Fairways on that very day.
2012?
It probably would have been more like 2013, huh?
Yeah. When do you think The Man with the The Man with the Iron Fist came out in November 2012, so we weren't seeing that movie.
But yes, Batman, The Amazing Spider-Man, Brave, Ted.
Whatever the other one was.
Yeah, whatever the other one was. That's crazy. Oh, Ice Age.
Wonderful weekend at the cinema.
I'd have to agree. Look at that. We're just past the 50-minute mark. We're very good at that.
Yeah, I guess it's time for us to go to bed.
Yeah. Well, I got to go to bed. Yeah.
And we'll be back tomorrow with yet another episode of Your Mother Ate My Dog, the podcast.
Back tomorrow?
Well, it's because we go to bed and we do an episode, and then we go to bed and we do an episode. That's our lives.
Oh, okay. And we just ignore the fact that it's every week, or sometimes in this case every 3 weeks.
We don't have all we are to these people are robots who put out content.
Right. Little do they know that we're 54 episodes into 200 episodes. We're recording back to back so that we only have to do this once, and we can release content for the next 4 years.
That's why when people suggest movies, I'd be like, well, ask me again in 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I tell them as well.
Right. Sorry, I'll just write. I'll go into my trusty AI machine and get an exit for this podcast.
Great.
That's what we call it. I gotta log in. Oh, that's annoying.
That's okay. I can free the empty space. Hey, how about those Lakers, huh? And did you?
I don't know.
And did you look outside lately? There sure are a lot of roads And
It's raining.
hey, do me a favor, touch the top of your head. There's hair.
I already forgotten my password for this thing.
And when there's hair loss, male pattern hair loss, baldness. That's a thing. Men go through it. I'm sure women go through it too. Probably not. Male pattern baldness in women is far less common. It's sort of in the name. But who knows? I'm sure it's happened once or twice.
Yeah, I saw a picture of somebody from high school.
Uh-huh.
I've already forgotten my password for this thing. And like high school was, 13 years ago. And the hairline changed dramatically in the picture from high school and the picture from now, and I felt terrible. But
Are you sure that wasn't
that's our life.
You sure that wasn't you looking in a mirror? I'm just kidding. I haven't seen your face in years. I don't know what you look like now.
Okay, I've had to send my password to my email, so
Oh boy, this is
okay.
the whole thing.
We'll just do it. We'll just do it ourselves because we don't need robots.
No. Human brain work good.
Thank you, Jesse, for all your help in completing the podcast today. Thank you to our listeners for listening to our podcast. Thank you to my mother for once again realizing I have a podcast and she wants to listen to it.
Oh, thanks, Janet.
We appreciate it so much, and we wish you the best of luck.
Yes, thank you very much for watching.